Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be talking about using trigonometry to find a missing side. So this is one of the ways that we use trigonometry in the real world. When we have one side in an angle, we can use that to find another side. The other way we typically use trigonometry is if we're given two sides and need to find the angle, and that's something I'll address in the next video. So in triangle KLM, the measure of angle the measure of angle M is 90 degrees. The measure of angle L is 19 degrees, and KL is equal to 97 feet. Find the length of MK to the nearest tenth of a foot. So the first thing you want to do here is locate your reference angle. So we never use the 90-degree angle to set up a trig ratio. We use the other angle. So in this case, the reference angle is 19 degrees. So we're going to use this angle in order to label our triangle. So we see this angle here. I like to label the opposite side first, and then the hypotenuse, and then finally the adjacent side. You might like to do this differently. You might like to label the hypotenuse first, the adjacent side first. It's really kind of just preference. But what I usually do is I'll circle the angle and then draw an arrow right across from it, and I know that X is therefore my opposite side. My hypotenuse I know is across from the right angle. So the right angle, I like to think of it like an arrow, and it's pointing at the hypotenuse. So it's, and it's also the longest side. You can kind of tell this is the longest side. So I'm going to label that as my hypotenuse, and that leaves side LM as the adjacent side. Right. So the adjacent side. All right, so I'm going to cross out the side that I'm not going to use. So the side that I'm not going to use is the blank side. It has no information that will help me solve the problem. I see an X here on my opposite side, and I see 97 on my hypotenuse. And my adjacent side is blank, so I'm going to cross that out. All right, so now you might want to have some type of chart. You should probably write it on a piece of paper or a sticky note or something and put it on your desk, or somewhere where it's readily visible. And we use SOHCAHTOA, our little acronym that helps us determine whether we use sine, cosine, or tangent. So, and I'm putting that's like my way of writing that we're dividing these, right? So you just remember. So we're looking at this triangle, and we're looking for the opposite side, and we are given the hypotenuse, so we're going to use sine. So sine of 19 is equal to the opposite x over the hypotenuse 97. So the sine is equal to the opposite side over the hypotenuse. All right, so now I have to solve. So we solve by using cross multiplication. So we multiply across. So 97 would be multiplied times sine 19, and 1 is multiplied times x. So 1 times x is just x. So we do 97 times sine 19, and I don't have my calculator, so that's not good. Use the Google calculator, so make sure it's in degrees. So we said 97 times sine 19, and that gives me 31.58. Let's go back here. So 31.58. And then we have to read very carefully this last part of the directions. It says find the length of MK to the nearest tenth of a foot. So we're rounding to the first decimal place. That's the tenth place. The number after the tenth place is 8, which is greater than 5. So we would round up, not 32, sorry. We'd round this up to 31.6. So 31.6 should be our answer, and that is the length of MK. So let's type it in. And we see that that is correct.